5 Star Trek movies and TV shows I predict will happen within the next 10 years. Star Trek has been boldly going for nearly 60 years, and if there's one thing the franchise excels at besides delivering perfectly timed Picard speeches, it's reinventing itself. The next decade promises a mix of nostalgia, risk-taking, and the kind of strange new worlds that keep the warp core humming. Based on current trends, past studio moves, and the franchise's knack for surprising its fans, here are my 5 big predictions for Star Trek movies and TV shows we'll see within the next 10 years. 1. Star Trek: The Legacy Series. Picard's true epilogue. Probability high. Fans have been clamoring for it ever since Star Trek Picard ended, a show that picks up with Seven of Nine and the captain's chair of the newly christened USS Enterprise G. Paramount Plus is well aware of the buzz, and the platform is hungry for reliable flagship shows. This one would combine the nostalgia of the next generation's world with fresh blood from Picard's younger cast. The series could focus on episodic adventures in the strange new worlds vein, but with serialized arcs tying into deeper galactic politics. Seven would lead, Raffi would bring her spycraft skills to the table, and Jack Crusher could be the wild card ensign audiences either love or want to throw into a brig. If Paramount plays it right, this could become the Star Trek show of the late 2020s. 2. Star Trek Section 31 Movie Saga. Michelle Yeoh's Black Ops Starfleet. Probability already in motion. The Section 31 streaming movie starring Michelle Yeoh is officially happening, but here's the prediction: it won't be the last. Paramount will turn it into a mini-saga, possibly a trilogy, with each entry exploring different covert Starfleet operations across centuries. The first film will no doubt focus on Yeoh's Emperor Georgiou adjusting to the moral gray areas of Federation Black Ops. But future entries could jump forward in time to characters like Luther Sloan's recruitment era, or even into the Dominion War's shadow campaigns. Section 31 has always been controversial among fans, but done right, it could be Star Trek's grittiest cinematic thread. 3. Star Trek Starfleet Academy Live Action. The Trek that works. Probability very high. Yes, the series is already announced, but here's the twist. I predict it becomes Star Trek's sleeper hit of the next decade. While longtime fans might be skeptical of a younger skewing Trek, the Academy setting offers endless storytelling opportunities. A mix of cadet camaraderie, ethical challenges, and the occasional crisis that forces the whole Federation to take notice. The show could serve as a perfect entry point for new fans, bridging the gap between Strange New Worlds' optimism and Discovery's high-stakes drama. Think Lower Decks without the comedy, but with the occasional crossover for fun. If handled with intelligence and sincerity, Starfleet Academy could become the Buffy the Vampire Slayer of Trek, a character-driven, ensemble drama that quietly builds a devoted cult following. 4. Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan, the prequel series. Probability medium, but rising. I can already hear the cries of "no one asked for this." But studios love mining familiar IP, and Khan Noonien Singh remains one of the most marketable names in Trek history. A prequel series could follow Khan's rise to power during Earth's eugenics wars, blending political thriller with genetic engineering sci-fi. There's a risk of over-explaining a villain who thrived on mystery, but if the tone leaned toward Anders-style grit and morally complex characters, it could work. Imagine a finale that ends with Khan's defeat and exile onto the SS Botany Bay, setting the stage for his fateful encounter with Kirk. Bonus points if the show subtly ties into Lon Noonien Singh's family history from Strange New Worlds, deepening the lore without turning it into a galaxy-shattering, everything is connected gimmick. 5. Star Trek: The Kelvin finale film, One Last Voyage for Chris Pine's crew. Probability high if Paramount needs a quick box office boost. The Kelvin timeline has been on life support for years, with multiple aborted sequel plans. But studios love a one last ride pitch, and bringing back Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, and Zoe Saldana for a final, definitive Kelvin adventure would be a guaranteed crowd puller. This film could embrace the passage of time, showing Kirk grappling with legacy, Spock wrestling with personal sacrifice, and when it